Hi, welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and today with us we have Flat Rock School. They are a K through 8 school. They have about 125 students. And next to me, I have the principal of the school, Mr. Scotty Overdeer. Welcome to the show.
Hello, nice to be here.
Thanks for coming on. So let's talk about you, your background, where you've come from, what your education was and stuff like that.
I got my bachelor's in math from Auburn.
Math.
And,
You like math?
yes, ma'am.
Most people don't like math.
I enjoy it.
I
taught
I like math.
first 19 years of my career, actually taught math,
What grade though?
7 through 12.
Oh, so you were in the higher math. Did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
do like any AP calculus or the
Oh,
hard
no,
stuff?
I'm not that smart. I just kind of had just a general math, but I did teach high school math for 13 years
Okay.
and kind of a broad range there. And also taught driver's ed for the
Ooh.
13 years.
Was that nerve-wracking? Did you have to
Yes.
sit in the car with them?
Yes, ma'am. Had to ride with them.
Oh, I
Some
can't.
of them were very scary.
You're like, did you ever break?
Yes, ma'am.
Did
Wouldn't
you
get in
use
the car
it?
with that one. Yes, I used it.
Oh my gosh, we had a driver's ed like at my high school in the parking lot. Like we held the stadium for all the football for the whole district.
Mm-hmm.
We had the stadium for all the football games, and our parking lot was huge to hold all the cars. And on our thing in the back was the actual driving course, and they had the cars there, so I got to take it at the school.
Well, we had it at school, but of course, you drove outside the school. But some of the kids got to drive in the old Walmart parking lot or the big church parking lots. We couldn't make it out on the roadway with everybody.
It took me more than I want to talk about with my two sons, so I was a nervous wreck, so I can understand. Okay, so then you taught, how many years did you do that?
13. Then I went to Rosalie.
Okay.
Taught 5 years there. Taught middle school math and coach, which I've coached since I started.
What,
So-
basketball?
Baseball, football, basketball, a little bit of all of it at
Really?
times. Yes,
Girls, boys?
both.
I mean, besides football, but
Yeah, girls basketball and boys basketball.
any volleyball?
No, ma'am, just basketball.
Okay.
And then I came to Flat Rock. This is my 8th year as principal at Flat Rock.
Yeah. Did you go to assistant principal before you became
Yes,
principal?
ma'am. Did actually went back to section for a year. So I worked 13 years at section, 5 at Rosalie, back at section at Flat Rock.
So what is your favorite math subject to teach?
Algebra,
Just algebra 1, algebra 2,
algebra 1,
just basic
just
algebra?
basic equations and.
So, that's probably the hardest. All I hear is the kids will even be like, Miss Stone, it makes no sense. Like, you've got numbers. How can you do math with numbers? I mean, with letters. A and Y and X and...
Well, I guess it's kind of, you have to enjoy it. It's kind of like a crossword puzzle for me. It's entertaining. I enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it too. It was... But, well, good. All right. So, let's talk about some things that you've got going on this year. I know you got a new thing this year, standard-based grading.
Yes, we started that this year, kind of a pilot for the county.
Okay, so it's
In
just at your
grades.
school?
Yes.
Okay.
In grades K through 3.
Okay.
And we're still working out the kinks with it and working at it.
So, well, before we go into what it is, what was the purpose behind it?
Just to be able to better evaluate the kids and their progress and where they stand and rank each year.
Okay, so how does it work?
Well, as opposed to giving a numerical grade for math. We don't really know which standards they've mastered. Some of the things could be like I can represent and solve problems with multiplication and division.
Okay.
So it's very specific and detailed with each standard, and it has a 1 through 4 grading system.
Okay.
4 meaning you have exceeded standards, and 3 means you've met standards. So, and you may not reach that standard in the first grading period, but you could possibly reach it in the 4th grading period. So it kind of takes away the pass-fail at the moment.
Like the pressure.
Yeah. And it just kind of breaks down each individual standard as to what each child knows. And that way the teacher has got this as well and knows which standard to work on with each kid.
So how does what does the classroom look? I would assume the class looks a little bit different.
It's a standard. I mean, we have a lot of different classroom settings. Some of them are more diverse and structured differently, but no, it kind of works the same. A lot of individual and
Okay.
pulling kids to your table to evaluate them.
Okay. Well, that's good. Do you think the kids rise more to wanting to do better on this one or rise more to like grades? Because
I
grades
think-
are a pressure, to
Yeah,
for kids.
I think so both, though. This would be in K through 3. There aren't really pressure with grades, so it's kind of
Just to do
Yeah.
good. Are you going to take it from that grade level and move it on up? Do they?
No, I don't know. This is we're kind of piloting it for the county. We had some teachers interested in doing it, and we tried
try
it,
it.
yes, and kind of doing it for the county. And I'm not sure where it's going to go from there. So we just kind of have to sit back and look and see.
There you go. All right, and then you have a CI3T. So tell us, do you know what the acronym stands for?
Well, you actually know. I don't think it has one.
Doesn't it? Okay.
But it's kind of a behavioral plan that we're kind of implementing countywide as well.
Okay.
And it's for rewarding good behavior.
Okay.
And we're kind of in the process of getting that started and hope to implement it next year.
How's it look? Or what's it supposed to look like?
Well, it's kind of a grading scale for each kid. You kind of rank their behaviors 3 or 4 times a year. And if you see someone doing something nice, we may give you a ticket where you can be entered in a drawing. So it doesn't have to be, if you got your work, just anything like that. Just kind of rewarding positive behavior to keep the negative behaviors away.
Well, that's good. Have you found it works?
Oh, well, like I say, we're just now kind of starting it.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody likes to have a pat on the back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think, especially with kids, the better they feel that they're doing and they can hear that verbally, the better they behave.
Right.
Especially middle school. Well, actually, especially elementary school. So, all right. Awesome. So then you have a couple things coming up. You have the art fair.
Well, we actually had it last week along with our
okay.
Title I parent meeting. And each kid in the school done some type of artwork project.
Okay.
And we displayed on the walls. And actually had some retired teachers come up and do to judge them. Yes.
Super cool.
And give awards for each grade, and then a combined for K through 3 and then 4 through 8.
Okay.
Kind of give them some prizes, art stuff, drawing, and
kids can draw
kits.
really well, don't they?
Yeah, some of them are very, very good.
They're super good. Okay. How did that go? Did you have a lot of participation?
We had decent participation. All the kids participated. And
right, but do you think it helped the parents get out?
Oh, yes. I mean, it gives them an opportunity to come in and see the schools and see what they do.
Right. Okay. So, and then you have a book fair.
Have a book fair coming up the end of the month. Library does 2 of those a year, and that's kind of our big fundraisers for the library.
Okay.
And it's a big hit with the kids, too. They love it. So.
Wow. So do they go, it's a whole week?
Yeah, it starts the 27th, and it'll go through the on into March.
Okay, so parents, that means they can bring money to school those days?
Yes.
All right. Do they have specific days, or is it any day?
We take them every day. So every day they have money, we're willing to take it.
You're willing to take it, I'm sure.
Helps us buy books for the future years.
That's awesome. How many books are you looking to buy? I mean, is there a goal that you're trying to set up?
I think she tries to replace 50 to 100 a year.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite a few books.
I mean, it doesn't take them long to get old and outdated.
No, especially if they're read well and they're good
Right.
books. So, all right. And then I do know that you're closed President's Day,
We are closed President's Day. It's
which is February what?
17th.
17th.
We
Okay.
have a staff work day, but students are out that day.
Oh, so the staff has to work.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We're not off till spring break,
Ooh, I wonder
which is
what
the end
we
of
are.
March. That's a long haul.
I have to go check my schedule now. I don't know if we have to go or not. Yeah, well, that's good. So do you have something set up for the teachers that day?
They're actually going to be doing standard-based stuff at each school. So they're going to be in separate schools by grade level
Oh, okay.
for the county-wide. So there'll be someone at every school doing.
Doing that? How's basketball going? I know we got the basketball coach, but just overall, is it good?
We had a good season, but ours is actually over. We finished before Christmas. We had a great season and did really well.
Yeah.
Second in the county, but I'll let Coach Boozer talk more about that in a few minutes.
So do you miss coaching?
I do. For a long time, I really did, but it kind of gets easier. Yeah.
Easier?
Mhm.
So, well, that's good.
But we still have kids participating at the high school level. Our kids transition; they go to either Pisgah or North Sand Mountain. So we still have the
Okay.
opportunity to watch them play.
So none of yours are in the elementary level?
No, it's our 7th and 8th grade.
Okay.
Basketball 7th and 8th grade.
So 7th and 8th
Once
grade.
our kids leave Flat Rock, they go to Pisgah or North Sand Mountain.
Right. And then that's where they compete.
Yes, they participate in there.
And that's
And we
boys
have
and
kids
girls,
that play
right?
baseball now up there.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're
So-
allowed
so you've
any
got-
sport we don't have or any activity we don't have.
Okay.
They can go to other high schools.
What
and
about
do
like
that.
band and stuff? Do you?
Yeah, we don't have band, but
Right.
North Sand offers it. And we've
Okay.
had
So
kids
how do
participate
they
in
get
that
up
as well.
there?
They have to provide their own transportation.
They do.
Which is kind of tough for some of them.
Yeah, that is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the other ones? They could do band.
Band, baseball, softball, volleyball, golf, track, cross country, just
yeah.
every event, anything they're offered at the high school.
Okay. Well, I didn't know all that was offered at the high school. That's quite a bit of things. All right. Anything else that you want to share with us?
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, sounds like you've got some good stuff coming up. Book fair, and we've got standardized testing coming up.
Yeah, that's
a big one. Is yours in the end of April or May?
End of April.
In April?
Yeah. Get it done then. And
that's a big one.
It is.
Yeah. Do the kids?
We do well. We always do well. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a goal that you set? Do you as a principal set?
We kind of look at each grade separately and just try to get the best out of every kid.
All right. Well, that's probably a good thing to do. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk to the coach. We'll be right back.
Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family-friendly atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza in Fort Payne. Enjoy the buffet and salad bar anytime or have a specialty pizza made to order. At Stevie B's, take advantage of Two-Stamp Tuesday for adult and senior buffets and Thirsty Thursdays when drinks are free after 4 p.m. Take out any medium pizza weekdays between 2 and 5 for just $4.49. And on the weekends, take out any 2 large pizzas just $14.99. Book your parties now by calling Stevie B's at 256-979-1234. Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North, Fort Payne.
NL Tax and Bookkeeping is ready to serve all of your tax needs. Nancy Anderton's been serving the tri-state area since 1978. Now you can get your taxes prepared with no out-of-pocket expenses. Ask about up to a $1,200 refund advance. It's fast, easy, safe, and convenient. NL Tax and Bookkeeping is open 8:30 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and 8:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. Questions about the Affordable Care Act? We have those answers too. And we offer a free form price comparison. Experienced and professional tax services. NL Tax and Bookkeeping. 500 Alabama Highway 73, 7 miles from downtown Trenton. Call today at 706-657-4758 or 256-597-2829. NL Tax and Bookkeeping. 706-657-4758 or 256-597-2829.
The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve. Hey, that cold weather is coming, and it's never too early to get your winter supplies from Rising Fawn Hardware and Supply, 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Everything you need to wrap pipes under the house, winterize around the doors, make sure your outside faucets are protected, and keep those drafts from coming through the windows. Get your supplies for fall and winter for the home and farm today. Rising Fawn Hardware and Supply, 4300 Highway 11 South in Rising Fawn. Telephone 706-462-2071.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
All right, welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and if you're just now joining us, we are here with Flat Rock. Is it called school or just Flat Rock or Flat Rock?
We say Flat Rock School.
Just Flat Rock School. But you guys are a K through 8 school, and you have about 120 students. Do you like being a smaller?
I love it. Yes.
Is it more personal?
I think so. Yeah. I think you're able to pay more attention to the kids, and I think they enjoy it too.
I would think so. I mean, I've been in schools where one of the schools I worked at, in my early career, had 3,300 students in it. It was, and we had all one lunch.
Wow.
Now our lunch was almost an hour, but it was just crazy. So, Big, 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 big. All right. Next to me, well, you are Coach Boozer, and you are the basketball coach.
I am.
And you also do seventh. I just want to make sure I get this right. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies,
Yes.
and then 7th and 8th grade English.
I do 6th grade English as well this year.
Just 6th grade English.
Well,
Okay.
I do all three. I do 6, 7, and 8
okay.
English
And social studies.
Yes.
Which one's your favorite?
Probably 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they seem to get into it a little bit more
Really?
than the other two.
Is it more of the ELA or the social studies?
Probably the ELA.
Really?
Yeah, because they enjoy. We read books a lot. They enjoy that. They enjoy discussing novels and things like that. With social studies, I'd probably say 6th grade because I tend to lean a little bit more toward American history, and that's 6th grade
Well,
U.S.
that's good.
history.
I'm glad you do.
So they do really well.
Social studies. That was you have to remember a lot of dates. Do you remember all those dates?
I remember some. Some I have to look up.
Well, I had to look up them all. So, all right, and then so tell us a little bit about in your class some of the things you do for your classes, like your social studies, your ELA. Tell us some of the things that you do.
With ELA, 8th grade reads The Outsiders every year, and we take a day and they get to dress up, greasers and socias, and they get to kind of act out the parts a little bit. And we watch the movie after we've read the book, and they really enjoy it. They have a lot of fun.
How long does it take them to read the book?
Uh,
Well, do you have them read it first and then come to class and discuss it, or do you read it in class?
Actually, I read this one in class.
Okay.
So we get through it in about a week or so, or a week and a half. It's it's not a very long book, so it goes by pretty quickly, and it provides really good discussion for things that they're interested in. It was written by a 16-year-old, S.E. Hinton.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and so it's it's relatable to them, even though it's set in the 60s and it was written then. They're able to stereotypes and things like that are really heavy themes in that book. They're able to relate, I think.
Because some of it, if I remember, it has some like what we call bullying and
A little bit, yeah, and social class conflict between the rich and the poor and things like that. So they get it.
So, do you have do they get to pick whatever they want, or do you so that they each dress in something like?
I let them.
Each of the characters?
I let them choose. Generally, we have more greasers because they like those characters better.
That's what I was
but we
wondering.
always have some of each, though. Some of both every year.
Well, that's good. Super cool. How many 8th graders do you have?
There are 16 8th graders.
16? Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. So, all right. And then what is your favorite character on The Outsiders?
My favorite Outsiders character is probably Ponyboy.
And what does he do?
He's the narrator, and
Okay.
you get to know more about him than you do the other characters.
Okay. It's been, I don't remember even reading it, but if I did, it probably would have been a long time ago. So, all right. And then you also do a newspaper,
Yes.
which interests me because I've been thinking about it would be kind of fun at school.
Well, we did it a long time ago, and it's probably been at least 10 years. But I've brought it back this year because I had a class I thought it would work really well with, our 7th graders. And it's taken us a little while because they've had to kind of learn about how it works and what goes into a newspaper and, how to write an article, things like that. But we are finally about to get our first edition finished this week. So,
Is it a program on a computer program that's already
yeah, I use a template. And we can just kind of fill in, and if we need to move things around, we can, and kind of make it fit.
Is it just like on Publisher, or is it a special?
It's actually a Microsoft Word template.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Is it for like a newspaper?
Yeah, it's a newspaper template, and it works. For what we're doing. I mean, if you're going to do something bigger,
Right.
maybe if for a high school newspaper or something, it might need to be different. But for us, it works really well because I can move things around, and I'm going to eventually. They're writing the articles, they're doing the interviews, they're, taking care of that, and I'm kind of serving as editor right now. But as we get more into it, I want them to actually start doing the publishing too.
And are you going to try to keep, because it's 7th grade, you said?
Right.
Are you going to try to keep them to do it to 8th grade?
I would love for that to happen.
Just to
yes.
just-
I would love for them to just carry over next year. I think they.
Do you think 6th graders could do it? Or do you think, like, when the 8th graders leave, do you think you'll take it back down to 7th grade?
I don't know. I'll have to see how that plays out. But I think 6th graders could probably do it.
So, do they go to the games and take pictures, or do you go to the games, or do you just get a coach to send you pictures?
Well, there are enough people now that take pictures, parents who take pictures, that
Right.
I get plenty of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Sent to me. And we're such a small school. Most of the kids are playing ball already, so
Right.
they. But I've got a lot of parents who take pictures, so they just send that stuff to me, or the kids have it from their parents, and they, we have access to it pretty easily. We do have a digital camera that they go, if they do an interview, we do a student spotlight, a class spotlight. So they take a picture of the student, they do an interview, they write an article based on the interview, that kind of thing. I'm excited about it, and I think they are as well. They're pretty fired up about getting
How many
that first
pages
one.
will it be?
It's going to be 4, I think.
That's pretty cool.
We're going to feature some student artwork. We get a little bit silly and do song dedications, just because it's kind of fun to,
It's all fun.
for dodgeball players to dedicate "Hit Me with Your Best Shot" to somebody. So
Oh, that is good. Well, that's cool. What do you think the favorite part is of the kids?
I think it's going to be seeing everybody else's reaction to it.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I think seeing everybody else what they think of their work, because I think they're going to get some compliments, and I think they're going to be proud of that. I think they're going.
Is it going to be
excited.
published in color?
I know. I wish I had the ability to do that, but I don't. It would be awesome if I could.
That would be, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it set landscape or portrait?
It's portrait.
Portrait?
Mm-hmm.
For those of you, like, it's this way or this way. So he's saying it's going to be this way. So, all right. Awesome. Well, I have thought a lot about, I think it would be fun to have a newspaper and write the articles, and just, you can filter that in through your class too. So it's a good way to get the ELA standards in.
Right.
Without making it feel like it's English.
Right. They're doing something they enjoy, and they still have to proofread and edit and go back and change things. So it's an easy way to do
Right,
that.
and it's writing on something that's relevant.
Right.
For them, I think so. All right, so you got a spelling bee. You guys had a spelling bee. Tell us about that.
We did. We do a school. Oh, it's not school wide. We do a 4th through 8th grade spelling bee.
Okay.
Each class does an individual spelling bee, and then we do a school spelling bee with the winners from each group. And then the winner will go to the county competition, which is actually next week on the 4th of February.
Okay.
He will go down there and compete and hopefully do quite well.
Can you say his name?
His name is Logan Bowers.
Logan Bowers. All right. So, and he won. And what grade did you say he was in?
He's a 7th grader.
7th grader. Cool. Have you ever had younger kids? Like,
Yes, I've had a 4th grader.
really?
Yes.
So, how do you prepare them for a spelling bee, or how do they prepare?
Well, the system uses it's spellingbee.com, and they have lists, and the kids get lists. It used to be each grade level had a list, but now they changed it this year to where it's just one big list. It just kind of moves from one grade level to the other, but it's not quite as big a list as it was before. So, I mean, it goes from some relatively simple words to some, you have to break out the dictionary and Google Translate to know how to pronounce
I'm
the
sure
word.
there's some that I would not know.
Oh, yeah.
Are there some that you
also
know?
Plenty that I have no idea what they
Really?
are. Yeah.
No, that's hard. So, all right, and so and that's next week when he goes.
Yes,
and
he
it's the
will.
whole school district.
And Scottsboro City Schools.
Oh, okay. So
he
it's-
will go to Scottsboro. They have it down there, and he will go there and compete against winners from all of the K-12 and
Does it
K
go all
through
the way
8
down
and middle
to
schools.
kindergarten?
Well, it's usually most schools do 4 through 8.
Okay.
And then
But does he do it with just like his 7th graders, or will?
no, it'll be everybody. It'll be
So
the
he'll be
school-wide
competing
winner.
against
The
4th
school,
graders?
yeah, the school winner from each school,
Okay.
from all of our county schools plus the Scottsboro City schools. there are probably 14 or 15 of them that'll compete.
Well, that's not very many, but it is when you consider some are 4th grade,
Right.
5th grade.
Right. And it's a tough list of words, and and when you have to get up in front of 150 people and spell them, and it's tough.
I'm sure it's worse because it's like the next level. So are the words harder on this level than it was last time?
They will probably increase. Yeah, they'll get a little harder. It's the same list though that they study for the school bee,
really?
but we didn't make it. We made it part of the way through that list. We didn't get to the super tough words. So, we got to difficult words, but not to the most difficult.
Good thing that's not me. I know how to look it up in a dictionary and use Google.
Yeah, well,
That's
spell
all
check.
really that really
Spell
counts.
check helps us all.
Spell check, right? So, all right. And you were going to also talk about that you guys have. Let's talk about basketball.
Okay. Well, we finished our season. We finished before Christmas, so we got finished with a 14-5 record. We had a really good season.
That's good. Is this boys, girls?
It's boys this year. We didn't have a girls team this
Okay.
year. We finished runner-up in the county, and that's 2 of the last 3 years we've played in the county finals. So we've had some success recently. They work hard. They show up for practice every day. They really give a lot of effort, and it's exciting for them. They're excited about playing high school basketball, especially our 8th graders. For the last 4 or 5 years, we've had a lot of kids who played for us at Flat Rock who have gone on to continue playing in high school.
Cool.
I have, I think, 6 boys and girls included, 6 or 7 at least. No, maybe more like 9 at North Sand Mountain, and then 3 at Pisgah, who are still currently on team, boys and girls that are on different teams that have gone on to keep working hard and have success. And another thing I want to brag on our kids. I was talking to the coach at North Sand Mountain the other day, and we were talking about the boys that play for him. They are, first of all, they're really good kids. All of our kids are really good kids, but they work hard academically, they stay out of trouble, and they work hard at practice. And he was, I was talking about that with him, and he was echoing that to me for kids that have been there for 2 or 3 years.
Right.
So that, that makes you feel good about your school and the kids that are continuing to do well. And most of our kids do.
That's cool. That's cool. Does it depend on what grade they're in?
No.
No?
They all, I think, we've got kids right now that have left us that are playing 9th through 12th grade basketball.
Great. Well, but you guys are getting them ready for the high school.
Right. Well, that's what
You're giving
that's
them
what
the
junior
basic,
high.
right? You're giving them the basic skills and the
Right.
knowledge of the
Right.
game. And so, what happens when you don't have a girls' team? Do you just?
Well, we just have boys games, but it's this was actually the first year that we weren't able to have a girls team. So, hoping maybe next year we'll get enough girls that want to play. We don't have that many girls in 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah, that is hard. So, all right. Do you have any other competitions that you got coming up?
No, not that I can think of in anytime soon.
Okay. Well, good. So I just want to make sure I covered everything. So awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
No problem.
I appreciate it. And when we come back, we've got a couple other ladies we're going to bring on, and we'll finish talking then. We'll be right back.
A small bank with big service. Citizens Bank and Trust, offering a wide range of services, including online banking. Pay your bills, manage your account anytime, 24 hours a day. Your account balance is only a phone call away as well at 657-1234. Or visit our convenient locations. Lookout Mountain, Georgia, Higdon, Alabama, or our main branch on Highway 11 in Trenton. Citizens Bank and Trust, 657-5678. A community bank that believes in the community. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Landers McClarty Ford, home of America's hardest working truck in Fort Payne, Alabama, invites you to start the new year off right with a 2019 Ford F-150. 0% financing for 72 months and up to $15,000 off selected F-150s in stock. See Landers McClarty Ford for complete details. Landers McClarty Ford at 1916 Glen Boulevard in Fort Payne, Alabama, or shop on the web at Landers McClarty Ford, FortPayne.net.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Looking around your home thinking it may be time for a new look? Let Comfort Gallery in Kimball help you make perfect choices for every room in your home. Living room, bedroom, dining room suites from all the major furniture manufacturers. If we don't have what you need in the store, browse our full-color interactive kiosk to find exactly what you need. And don't forget a new mattress set. After all, sleeping well makes everything better. At Comfort Gallery, we offer free delivery and setup, 1-year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months, same as cash. Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, 1 mile north of I-24, exit 152A in Kimball, Tennessee.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net. When you need a licensed plumber, call Stacy Ledwell and the staff at Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Mr. Rooter provides your home or business with advanced solutions using high-tech equipment. Our commitment to customer satisfaction shines through in our personalized service. When you schedule an appointment, our professionals will dedicate time to explain the work that has to be done. Our staff will give you upfront pricing, so you'll know exactly what's involved before any work begins. We even pump septic tanks and do new construction on houses. Fully licensed, bonded, and insured, Mr. Rooter in Scottsboro. Call Stacy Ledwell today to set up an appointment at 256-574-4710.
All right, welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. If you're just now joining us, we are here today with Flat Rock School. They are a pre-K, no, not pre-K. They are a K through 8th grade school. They have about 125 students. They're one of the smaller schools, but you know, it makes them more personable and allows them to have a better relationship with the students when they're a little bit smaller. If you were just now joining us, we were talking to the principal, Mr. Scotty Overdeer, and some things that you need to know is that the book fair is coming up on February 27th, so parents, make sure you bring plenty of money or send money with your children that week. And so if they're asking for money, yes, it's real. They really do need some money. And then they had an art fair along with a parent meeting, and that worked really well. And there's no school on President's Day, which is February 17th for the students, which is awesome. I'm sorry you have to go to work.
Yes, we do.
I'm sorry. I've got to go check my schedule. And then we just got to talking to Coach Boozer, and he is the basketball coach. He also does 6th, 7th, and 8th grade ELA and social studies. He is the newspaper. He's writing a newspaper for the school newspaper, or doing the school newspaper. And the spelling bee is coming up next week for the school district. That's pretty good. And so you guys have a lot going on there. And so next to me are a couple ladies, and they do the Junior Beta Club, and we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about 4-H. And so they do a math competition tournament kind of thing. So let's introduce them. So I have Miss Holly Hickson, and that's this one.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And then over here is Melissa Howell. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
All right, and so you guys both do math and science?
Yes.
Okay, and you do 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and you do 4th and 5th grade.
Right.
Oh, I got it right. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So let's talk about, introduce yourselves first. What your history is as far as your background for teaching, how long you've been teaching, what your degrees and stuff like that. all this very interesting stuff about you. She's very excited about this.
I've been teaching since 2003, and actually teaching is my second career. I graduated with an accounting degree. So I did that for 7 years, and then I decided to go back to school and become a teacher.
What made you do, why didn't you
I
go
don't-
into finance or something?
I don't know. Teaching's just something that I
Just
always wanted to do. Yeah.
Okay.
And at that time, my daughter was in middle school, and that's kind of where I felt that my first job was as a 7th grade teacher, and she was in the 7th grade that year. So it just
And you just did
kind of
math?
seemed like it. Yes.
Okay,
So-
cool.
And so I've been at Flat Rock. My first year was in Georgia, and then my second year I taught in Cherokee County, and ever since then I've been at Flat Rock.
Yeah, you like
So
it?
I do.
Okay.
We're like a family, small K through 8, so we all
Yeah.
know each other, and
Yeah, smaller school for the district.
yeah, most of our teachers. I actually graduated from Fort Payne High School, but Melissa and several other teachers actually graduated high school together, so
Makes it nice.
everyone knows. Yes.
Yeah, there were 3 of us that worked together that graduated high school together. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's cool. It's like a reunion every day.
Yeah, I came from outside of Denver, Colorado, so it's very large, you know. I've lived in giant cities my entire life, Dallas, but I can't imagine going back to my home school. We've got almost 800 graduating students in high school, so
Right,
Wow.
yeah.
it was huge.
Yeah, I think we had 69 to graduate from our school. We 3 of us graduated from Pisgah High School a long time ago, but
I don't know, it's just a little while ago, right? A few years ago.
but going back, yeah, this is a small city for you
It is
Here.
it is a small city.
compared to Colorado.
Well, and the last one was in Texas, and the high school was 3,300 students.
Oh, wow.
And we weren't even the smallest school district. They had 4,100 students in the largest high school that there was. It was just, I look back at it, and at the time I didn't think much about it. But I
just
think,
normal.
yeah, it was normal. But now that you're here and it's so small, and I think, oh my gosh, it was just huge. But we had 300 teachers.
Wow.
So it was just huge, huge, huge.
Completely different.
Yeah, it was. But it ran, just as well, just differently.
Mm-hmm.
But you just had a lot more people running it. Like we had six assistant principals.
Wow.
So it makes a big difference when you have a lot of different. They were broken down in the alphabet. A through, F was
Yeah.
1, and
That's your section.
right,
Okay.
and that was your section. So, okay, so let's talk about you. What's your background?
I've already talked about myself. I graduated with a bachelor's about 10 years ago, I think, and then I've been at Flat Rock ever since for 10 years.
So what was your bachelor's in?
Elementary education.
Okay.
I went to Athens State University and did that, and then I just this past year, I finished my master's. So that's been great. I learned a lot. And,
What's your master's in?
elementary education, curriculum and instruction design.
Do you want to go on to become principal?
Not really. Maybe someday. We'll see.
Okay.
Definitely going to stay in education, though.
So what made you choose math? Or did math choose you?
Math chose me, I think. It did. I started out teaching second grade, all subject areas, and I really liked math. I had a hard time learning math in school. It was hard for me. Like, I had a tutor in high school, and then that 1 year of tutoring, it clicked.
Right.
And so I feel like I can explain math better because I had such a hard time learning it that.
But you at least
I can
understand
reach.
how the hard, for the kids who struggle.
Yeah, those kids that don't get it right off the bat, I get that because
Yeah.
I was that kid. So
I was partially that kid, and math was hard, but I like it. It is an absolute. And
I
you're
love
probably the
it.
same way because you have an accounting degree.
yeah, she's a
but-
number person.
But then you want every kid to love it just as much as you do. So you try to hey, let's try this instead of that. So
My college degree is in accounting.
okay.
So, yeah, I love it too. And I just think it's cool because it's real life. And like I tell them, it's not like, no offense to social studies, but it's not going to go away. You know, if you don't use social studies, you know, it's okay. But you have to use math every day on almost everything you ever do.
But when they say, when am I going to use this? I'm going to say, well, if you did this, then you would need to know. You would need
we always have an
plug
answer
variables
for that.
in. Yeah.
Well, I even use it. So when I tell the kids, they're like, what am I going to use this? Because we do business math. And I'm like, well, do you ever go to Christmas and get money? And then it says 30% off, but you have to ask your parents how much that is. You know, things like that. Then they got to calculate what the percentage off is, and they should do it rather than ask their parents. So
That's true.
they use it a lot. All right, so let's talk about Junior Beta Club. So first, one of you describe what Junior Beta Club is.
You describe.
And then you guys can talk about, you got a convention, some fundraisers and stuff like that coming up. But for everybody, and like what the requirements are to get into it.
I want to say if someone's not familiar with Beta, maybe they're more familiar with something like National Honor Society, because when I was in high school, we had National Honor Society versus Beta, but it's the same idea. It focuses on academics, leadership, service, and character. So you try to, bring out those things in all of the students, and that's the things that we look for when we're looking for new members. So of course grades are important.
Right.
So they need to have at least a B average.
Yeah, AB average.
Yes, AB average
for the year,
and they have to maintain it. So.
Is it for last year's, or is it for? Because let's say they just joined this year and you don't have any grades.
They must maintain it for a year
before they can be a member.
And we actually start ours in sixth grade. Some schools will start out at 5th grade. They do have a lower
elementary
level,
beta, or I think it's called elementary beta.
So we start at 6th grade.
So they have to have good grades, and then they also have to be good citizens.
Yes.
And do they have to go get a recommendation form?
Again, because we're so small, we talk about the kids that we recommend. So we're able to do that. Plus, we ask the kids to perform so many service hours.
Okay.
Once they are inducted into Beta, and that's something that we've kind of worked on this year. We have we've gone to the local community center and helped sort food and things like that, and that helps the kids see, what goes on outside of their school too. And they had to have 6 service hours before we go to the convention, and they need 10 for the whole year. So they've done different things to earn their service hours.
Volunteering at different places. And
So you give them the opportunity to do all of their hours with you at school, or most of them.
If they don't think they can have an opportunity at home, we try to provide them with things to do at school.
Right.
So we visited in the nursing home at Christmas and took gifts and sang Christmas carols. So we have tried to find opportunities for them to go into the community and do different things. So
super cool. Well, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll finish talking. We'll be right back.
What are you, chicken? We are Guthrie's Restaurant.
It's Super Bowl excitement at Guthrie's. Don't forget the party platters and the buckets of those golden fried chicken fingers and those great wings. It's a Super Bowl party weekend at all the Chattanooga area Guthrie's locations: Trenton, Ringgold, and Signal Mountain.
Guthrie's Restaurant in Trenton, Ringgold, and Signal Mountain, and at Guthrie'sChicken.com.
The best chicken finger sauce in the world!
For the best deals on a Chevy, any time of day, roll on down to Riverside Chevrolet.
Riverside Chevrolet Buick GMC, the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty, has a 2019 Buick Envision, MSRP $36,395. Riverside price $31,32, a savings of over $6,000, or receive 0% for 72 months with a $500 rebate. We make buying so easy.
Roll on down to Riverside Chevrolet.
Located off I-24 West, Kimball, Tennessee.
Gigabit Internet residential service is now available to customers of the North Alabama Electric Co-op with NAEC Fiber in Jackson and Marshall County. Residential gig service is now available for only $79.95. Call today to have your gig service installed at 256-437-5000. High-speed fiber residential gig internet service now available to customers of the North Alabama Electric Co-op with NAEC Fiber. Business and commercial customers can get gig service too. Call for pricing 256-437-5000. Gig service from North Alabama Electric Co-op. 256-437-5000.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
Of course, I've thought about it, but there's all this stuff in the way.
Oh, you're not kidding.
The house, the kids are going to college.
My new car.
Car? You bought a new car?
Oh, hey, you should meet my friend Avo. Avo's a retirement coach. He'll help get you started.
But what does Avo tell you to do?
You don't know? Focus on your future. Your goals can still be met.
But how?
Target your tomorrow. And use the Avo bet.
You sing?
Not really. A is for taking action. Start off with a plan.
You built these letters?
Yep. V is for variety. There's so many ways you can. I
follow you.
Come on. O's for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice sign.
Thanks, I made it myself.
Cool.
The Big Jet Fly.
I need somebody. Get back. Honk a cat.
Where you talking about the time I go round the globe? 854-624. Rolling on the river. The Big Jet fashions and gas. Chill life reach the highest ground. The Big Jet Fly. WFI.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and if you're just not joining us, we have been talking to Flat Rock School. They are a K-8 school. They have about 120 students, and the principal is Scotty Overdeer. And next to me, I have Miss Holly Hickson and Miss Melissa Howell, and they do the math and science classes there. And we just got done defining what the Junior Beta Club is. It's like a service organization that allows the kids to get service hours, community service hours, to make a difference in the community. So you ladies also have a convention coming up, but before they can go to the convention, they need money.
Yes.
So let's talk about money.
Our next fundraiser is for the it's going to be Valentine's Dance on Thursday, the February the 13th. So all the students are invited to come and participate and have a great time.
Is there a dress code for it?
I don't think we made it.
Like, are you going to make it dress up like Valentine's?
We would like
will
for
have
them to
some
dress
dress
up, and
up,
some
but
will dress up, but then
we're not going to require it.
we're not going to
require it.
push that $5 away if they don't show
We've
up
had
in a
some that
tie.
they had to dress up like Sunday dress.
Yeah,
We
that
didn't
would
want
be really nice.
It was so cute when you
So
walked in,
fun. Yeah.
because you saw all these middle schoolers and they were just like, so, I mean, all of them were, and a lot of the guys bought the girl like a little corsage,
yes.
and it was just super sweet.
Yeah, we need to think about that sometime. And our next fundraiser that we don't have a date on, but if we'll check on our Facebook page, our Flat Rock School Facebook page, we'll post dates on that, is for a vendor event. And different businesses will come, and I think they pay a $20 fee.
We'll sit up in the gym, probably.
It'll be set up in the gym, and different independent businesses will come and pay a fee and that's how we would get our money, is the $20 for different vendors. Like we have different herbal companies that come, and different, I don't know,
Like a popcorns.
we have all kinds of different vendors.
Just like a
Is that
fair,
during the
like
day
a-
for the kids, or is it done like on a weekend?
It's going to be on a Saturday.
So it's
We
more like
just-
the community.
Yes.
Okay.
So that the community can pitch in and help out and raise some money that way.
So it might be like arts and crafts and
Yeah, there'll be
food
arts and
vendors
craft. There'll be
things
different
like that.
makeup people that sell makeup that come and sell their products. And then it's usually a really good turnout. So we're hoping for another great turnout this year.
That'll be cool. And so what are they going to use the money for?
We have a beta convention, which is in Birmingham, coming up on February the 19th, and we'll be gone for 2 nights.
Yes.
So we have lots of competing and different things that we'll be doing there, and we, of course, had to get hotel rooms for 2 nights for 22 people, 22 people.
Wow,
So
that's
it
a lot of
adds-
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it adds up.
So it adds up with that.
How many teachers are you taking?
3.
3?
Yeah.
And Mr. Overdeer.
And Mr. Overdeer's going too.
Okay, so 3 and the boss.
Yes.
Okay. And so the actual convention, what do they do at the convention?
They compete. They have different there's lots of categories that they can compete in. They have anything from like a song fest or so our kids are actually going to compete in a book battle. The kids read books and then they go to the convention and answer questions from those books. I think there's like 12 books that they read on the list. So there's a lot of books.
So they have to read all 12?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
So there's also a technology competition.
Oh, my
like
kind
you
of tech.
create a presentation and present it that day.
Super cool.
Then there's photography and art, and there's an engineering competition where the kids, like, it's different every year, but so last year you have an approved list of items that you can bring. Of course, they can only fit in a tub that's, certain dimensions, and so you try to pick the things that you're gonna be the best to build with, and whoever builds the tallest tower that holds a certain, like a tennis ball or something like that. So it changes every year. So that's the
But you
engineering
don't really know what
group.
it's going to do.
No. So and they change the things that you bring every year. So if you built with all straws this year, you might they won't even allow straws this year. So it's something different every year. But we do have an engineering team, and there's going to be a 3-dimensional design, and the theme is beta as far as you can see.
Right.
So they have to create something related to the theme. So you can kind of take it in any direction you want to, basically. So
What's a 3-dimensional? I mean, I know what a 3-dimensional design is, but how does that work on a competition level?
The rules this year are you have to have it's going to be a 24 by 24 by 24 piece of art that you've built pretty much out of whatever your mind can imagine.
Whatever best would
Yeah,
follow the
using
theme of beta as far as you can see.
Beta, as far as you can see, create something that's 3D, not just like a poster.
Right.
So they can use. There's not many rules as far as what they can use, other than they were really excited about that. They thought we could use our 3D printer when they saw that on the list of things to compete on, and they were disappointed when. I don't think that's part of it this year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year.
Awesome. Okay, and so those are sounding good. Do you guys usually then when you do that, is there like a national competition or?
So you have to place in first and second, maybe first, second, and third. If the top in the top of each category is invited to attend the national convention.
Where's that at?
It's different every year.
It is
It's in
different.
Texas this year.
Right.
I'm not sure where.
Nice and hot. Is it in the middle of summer?
It is in
It'll
summer.
be in June.
Oh yeah.
So-
So hot. 100 degree, 110.
Yeah.
Used to live in Texas.
Fun.
It was fun. All right. Well, that's good. So it sounds like you guys got that going. And when we come back, we're going to talk about 4-H.
Sure.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College is now accepting applications for classes. We offer programs in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 campus locations with financial aid options as well. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Drop by one of our campuses today or check us out at gntc.edu, Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. At 402 North Cedar Avenue in South Pittsburgh, 4765 Main Street in Jasper, and at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell. Providing the highest standard of customer services with a personal touch. Our associates can help you with personal loans, personal lines of credit, a variety of mortgage loans, and more. And we offer real-time internet banking too. See us in South Pittsburgh, Jasper, and Whitwell today. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank Marion Countyans will ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Come hungry and leave satisfied at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon. Cloud's Pizza uses only the freshest ingredients, and we hand toss our own pizza dough. Our pizzas are made from scratch when you order, so they're always fresh. And don't forget about our famous Sand Mountain cheese sticks. You can eat from the daily buffet or try a mouth-watering hamburger or cheeseburger. Come see your friends at Cloud's Pizza, Highway 71 in Higdon, and never leave hungry. Call ahead at 597-3100 for Cloud's Pizza. Visit us on Facebook at Cloud's Pizza and more.
Come see us at Cloud's Pizza.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
When you or a loved one is facing a life-limiting illness, hospice care may be the answer. At Tapestry Hospice, the patient is the focus of our care. We are here to serve you and facilitate your wishes. Tapestry caregivers are concerned with managing your pain, keeping you in touch with your physician, and helping you make plans for the future. Hospice is life-affirming, and Tapestry Hospice can help you deal with all aspects of life, mind, body, and soul. Call Tapestry Hospice for more information. 706-383-8812. That's 706-383-8812. Tapestry Hospice. Redefining hope.
H stands for.
Hi, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and we just have a few minutes left, and we're going to talk about 4-H. This is Flat Rock School, and they're a K-8 school. So, all right, ladies, let's talk about 4-H. You got some 4-H stuff coming up?
4-H projects in February. The kids are really enjoying 4-H. They come once a month and do projects with their, well, they don't do them with their kids.
But it's
kids,
everybody in the school who does it.
It's school-wide,
Okay.
yeah. And that's a great thing because the kids like to compete with their different projects and win, and they love getting those ribbons. So February's projects, for those of you parents that might want to help those kids get their projects ready, it's February the, I don't know when the date is, the next visit, the 3rd maybe. But what would you build? And it's a building project you can use, it's any size woodworking project. And then there's one for interior design, and the kids can pick any of these 3 different projects for the month. And then there's another one that's a freestyle demonstration. So if a kid knows some nice dance moves or yoga that they would like to share.
All I can think when you said freestyle is like skateboarding, you know, when they go up, hold their skateboard, flip over, and land back on the ramp.
And we could have one
if
of
we
those.
brought a helmet, that we could probably demonstrate that if someone wanted to do that. Yeah, it says they're free to teach others by sharing their skills and knowledge of their whatever their talent is. So a lot of kids are talking about that one and wanting to participate in it. So, and they're also looking forward to the summer camp that's coming up for 4-H members that will be in June, the second week of June. So they're really excited about 4-H. The kids at Flat Rock are.
Super good. Well, ladies, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. So it was good, and we will be here next week on This Week in Jackson County Schools. See you then.